Good means you're doing it right, but hold your position. I'm going to give you a reward. So it will look like this. So, Nelly, every time I say Nelly, I feel like I want to start breaking into song. You're probably the best with the camera.
Yeah.
Am I getting you in it?
Yeah, get me and the dog.
Yeah.
Nelly, bed. Good. So, that's what it means. Good means you're doing it right. So, I'm going to walk away. Dog's natural response when you walk away is to follow you.
Yeah.
So, bed. Remind the dog, just because I'm walking away, I still expect you to stay there. But I'm pottering around now. I might want to go back and reward the dog, but I need a word that the dog's going to know that the dog is good. So the dog will learn. Every time he hears the word good, I'm going to stay here. You're going to come and give me a reward.
Right, yeah.
I'm not using stay or wait. No, wait,
Yeah.
stay, because I don't need to. Bed means bed until I release you.
Yeah.
Yeah? Good. Bed, because I'm walking away. Good. So the dog doesn't get released until it hears this word. Break. Break means you're a free dog. It means
Right,
you're
yeah.
released from that position.
Right.
Bed. Good. So I've phased out the little lure that time because we've been doing this for about 5 minutes. So each time I've had a treat in my hand luring the dog on. This time I just wanted to see how she was getting on. So I just pointed to it. Then I got the treat out of my pouch afterwards and she went straight on there. Bed. And again, if the dog gets out, no, bed. If the dog gets out 5 times, what happens?
Don't know.
Dog goes back 5 times.
Oh, right.
It's a battle of wills. The reason that the dog is winning all these battles is because it's more patient than you do.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Good. So, the reason I would never have an issue when I get a dog from the beginning is because I will teach him everything I want.
Yeah.
So if the dog got out 10 times, guess what? It's going back 10 times. And I'm not going to reward it every single time I put it back. I reward the dog the first time, I send it to its bed. If it gets out after that, the consequence is no reward this time, straight back to its bed. You can reward it when it's been there for a while. So say for instance, the dog's doing great, Nellie's doing great. So say Nellie's just broke, I'm going to put Nellie straight back, yeah? And I'm not going to reward Nellie because she broke. Otherwise I'm teaching Nellie every time you break, I'm going to put you back and give you a treat. So I'm giving you an incentive to break. You get out, I put you back, give you a treat. You get out, I put you back, give you a treat. Dogs are clever in that sense.
Yeah.
After she's been there for a while, I can let her know she's doing a good job. Good. Give her a treat, yeah? Bed, walk away. Good. No, bed. So again, just use your lead her on the bed. Pause. Good. Walk. Break. Break means you're free. So,
Yeah, I've got all that.
this is something to practice.
Right.
When you're eating dinner, instead of her sitting there dribbling, whining, send her to her bed. You may have interrupted meals to begin with,
Yeah.
but you're going to have to stop. What you're doing, tell her no, bed, lead her straight back on there. Bed. Good.
What, and get how many treats do you reckon? Because it's obviously going to take a good, what, couple of weeks?
But again, if you're using lots of treats in the beginning, which you should be,
Right.
because again, she's a motivated dog, go with it, make sure you're not giving her as much dinner in the evening. That's why dogs get fat.
Right.
Right, because people will treat, and then they'll still give the dog the same amount.
Yeah.
It's the same reason why humans get fat. They'll eat their appropriate sized dinners, breakfast,
And then
lunch,
go-
and dinner, but you'll snack throughout the day.
Yeah.
You'll snack before you go to
No,
bed. Trust me, I know.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
getting married at the end of next month. I was in a medium waistcoat when I went for my suit fitting 2 months ago. I went for a final suit fitting at the weekend. I've gone up 2 waistcoat sizes.
Oh.
Yes.
Are you going to try and go back down one, or...?
Just going to
Just go
breathe
with
in the
it.
entire time. But, good. Reward her because she's been there for a while.
Yeah.
So just make sure you're aware how much you're feeding her in the evening.
Yeah.
Right, so you're going to switch her over to raw food, which is great. So they have 1 to 3% of their body weight. If you're feeding her 3%, cut it down to like 1 or 2% as you're giving her all these treats. Yeah, you shouldn't have a fat. You should be able to give the dog loads of treats without it getting fat.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Break. Once she knows it, you stop using the treats
Yeah.
and you just use your fuss. So, for instance, bed. Good. give her a little fuss.
Right.
Bed. And then you can, from time to time, either go over and go, good, give her a fuss. I know, I'm short-changing you, Bed, remind her, just because I'm giving you a fuss doesn't mean get out your bed. And then if I wanted at bed, break. So you can do it without reward. Reward in the beginning, the food, because she's a bulldog and all bulldogs love food, otherwise they're broken. All bulldogs love food, so for instance, why not use it? But like anything, you start to phase it out. In the beginning, I was using treats to lure her onto the bed. Hands are free. Bed. Good. Break. See?
She's looking for the next drink.
Yeah, but look at the attention I've got. You've got a French Bulldog that's normally demanding everything, right? Doesn't listen when you want it to do something, and makes your life generally miserable.
Yeah.
I'm teaching the dog what I want and how I want her to behave. If you guys had done this from the offset, instead of feeding her scraps at the table and things like that, she would have been good.
Yeah.
If you put her in a crate in the bedroom at night time, or taught her bed means bed from the get-go, instead of letting her sleep in your bed, she wouldn't be jumping on your bed every single night.
Yeah.
Yeah? So I can't really get angry or frustrated with the dog for doing the things that we've actually conditioned her to do in the beginning, and now we've decided is annoying.
Yeah.
So the crate will stop her jumping on your bed in the night time.
We
But the
did
way
do
you
a
teach the crate is very similar to this.
What, just
Right.
treats?
In the door, shut the door.
Oh, you shut the door. See, we.
Yeah, otherwise she's going to jump on your bed.
Yeah, but she was crying at the gut and pooing in there because she was a pup, and then treading in her poo, but
She
really
wouldn't do it.
upset,
I'm not
weren't
surprised
she?
you gave her a pension as well.
Yeah.
Right? But also, what do newborn babies do?
They cry, didn't they?
They cry.
Yeah, they want picking up, didn't they?
And
But
they
I
need-
always used to pick them up. I was soft with the kids.
But that's the worst way to do it, because then you end up with a child that struggles to get into a routine, either wants to sleep in mummy's bed up until they're like 5 or 6 and things like that. Yeah. And it's the same with dogs. Dogs whine. If you know the dog's been fed and watered and it's been out for the toilet, let it whine, because the worst thing you can do is go back in there when it's whining and go, oh, hello baby, I'm
Yeah, but
sorry.
if it's next to us, which it will be,
Just tell it enough.
enough.
Yeah. Like you mean it.
Right, enough, right.
She's not a puppy anymore.
No.
She can hold her toilet overnight.
I didn't have a pens right.
So you have the right to tell her to shut up now.
Right, so enough though of a night I'm going to do. That pen.
Do you ever hit them down the
No.
dogs?
Oh no.
No, but then again, I don't hit my children. But when I raise my voice,
That's
I
enough.
know.
that's enough. Yeah. It's like I'll ask the children to do something, and I do it. I'm like, Millie, and then she knows I do it.
Yeah.
I don't need to hit the children. I don't have to hit a dog, but I can get firm with a dog. I will physically take hold of the dog. So if it's not listening, I will take it by the collar and lead it to where I want it to go. It's not hands free.
No.
Or anything like that. I will give the dog a little correction on the lead, but I don't physically strike or kick a dog or pin the dog down for being a douchebag. Nothing like that. But
Some people have said that's what you have to do.
no, you
and
don't.
I said,
Those
no.
people are arseholes. They are. There's no need to ever pin the dog down. There's no need to whack the dog.
No.
I see people smacking the dog on the backside and things like that. It doesn't do anything, right? But say for instance the dog was being a nuisance, right, and wasn't listening to me, I would pick up the lead and I would lead the dog to wherever I wanted it to.
Yeah.
If it's barking, I will give it just a little pop on the leg.
Okay, yeah.
Like that. But no, we don't hit, we don't kick,
No.
we don't do the Caesar Milan foot tap to the side of the dog or anything like that. We don't pin the dog down because it's being dominant. It's not, it's just doing what you've taught it to do. If it jumps up, it's because you've rewarded it for. If it's begging at the table, it's not because it's being dominant, it's because you fed it scraps. If it's pulling on the lead, it's because you haven't taught it to walk properly. It's got nothing to do with it thinks it's pat leader.
No.
And that's
no.
what the alpha rolling theory is based on. I need
yeah.
to pin the dog down to show that I'm alpha. That's bullshit. You
Right.
don't.
Yeah.
It's because the dog's doing things that you've let it get away with in the first place.
No, but some
Newsflash,
people
dogs aren't
done it as
fighting
a
for world
pup.
domination. This dog doesn't want to take the world. This dog doesn't want to go out and pay all the bills. The dog just needs to know what role it plays and what's expected of them. What happens is we're inconsistent with the dog. So 1 minute we're teaching the dog that they're allowed to beg at the table and we reward them for it. So the dog's like, I'm going to come here because I might get fed scraps. Dog jumps up, you give it a fuss when it's a puppy. Oh, you're so cute, look at you, baby. Now the dog's like, we use a German Shepherd as an example. Now the dog's big, get off.
Yeah.
But the dog's going to jump up because it might get a fuss. If you let the dog sleep in your bed a couple of nights a week and then decide you don't want it, the dog is going to jump in your bed because he might get away with it.
Yeah.
And then we think, oh, the dog's being dominant, it's trying to take over. It's not, it's because you let it.
Yeah.
It's because you was inconsistent in your teaching and now you want to pin the dog down.
Yeah.
No.
No, we've never... Drink that, Adam, it's getting...
I've got children, I'm used to cold coffee. I am, I'm so used to making